What if I told you one pen has signed more history than any other? Peace treaties, corporate empires, the fate of nations, from Washington to Tokyo. It's been there, silently writing history. It's the Montblanc Meisterstück 149, the most powerful and iconic writing instrument ever made. For over 70 years, this pen has sat in the hands of presidents, authors, and visionaries. It's the most copied, counterfeited, and worshipped fountain pen in the world. When Donald Trump visited Qatar, cameras caught him holding this very pen, the same Meisterstück, while negotiating deals worth over $1.2 trillion. That moment wasn't coincidence. It was symbolism, because power recognizes power. This pen has witnessed laws being signed, wars being ended, fortunes being created. It doesn't just write, it declares. But today, after 7 decades of dominance, a question still lingers. Does the legend still deserve its throne? Because this isn't just a pen. It's an empire carved in resin and gold, the language of ambition, the instrument of power. And this is the story of how one pen became the signature of success. Let's go. The year was 1952. Europe was rebuilding, the world was changing, and in Hamburg, Germany, a small group of craftsmen set out to create not just another writing instrument, but the ultimate one. They called it the Meisterstück, the masterpiece. It wasn't born in a marketing meeting, it was born in a workshop. Each component was designed with one goal: permanence, a pen that would outlive its owner. Piston-filling mechanism, hand-finished 14-karat gold nib, capped with a white snow peak that stood for perfection. To Montblanc, this pen was more than a product. It was a philosophy. The early Meisterstück weren't luxury statements yet. They were tools for thinkers, lawyers, architects, and dreamers. But something extraordinary began to happen. The more people used it, the more it started to feel like a companion. And slowly, the 149 began to rise, from the desks of professionals to the hands of the powerful. The masterpiece had found its destiny, a symbol of permanence in a world that was constantly changing. They called it the diplomat's weapon, a pen that didn't just sit in boardrooms, it shaped them. Authoritative. By the late 20th century, the Montblanc 149 had become the unofficial uniform of Western power. Presidents signed treaties with it. CEOs closed billion-dollar mergers with it. World leaders carried it like a badge of authority. John F. Kennedy had one. Gorbachev used one. And in modern politics, one moment stands above the rest. Qatar, 2018. Cameras caught a familiar silhouette in Donald Trump's hand. Black resin, gold trim, the unmistakable white star. During that trip, more than $1.2 trillion in agreements were signed. And standing right there, framing the moment, was a Montblanc Meisterstück 149. This wasn't product placement, this was the language of power, because by now, the 149 wasn't just a pen, it was a signal, a quiet way of saying, I'm here to make decisions that will be remembered. From diplomatic summits to Wall Street deal rooms, the 149 never needed introduction. You never had to ask, what pen is that? You already knew. Power may have made the 149 famous, but craftsmanship is what made it immortal. The iconic black body isn't plastic. It's precious resin, cast, cured, and polished until it glows like obsidian. Every barrel passes through dozens of human hands, inspected under unforgiving light. But the true soul of the 149 is its nib. Hand-stamped, hand-shaped, hand-tested. One artisan shapes the tines, another aligns the slit, another tests the flow. Actually writing with it, listening to the soft scratch across paper, no machine can replace that. And Montblanc doesn't let them try. In a world chasing speed, this pen was built for permanence. The Meisterstück 149 didn't stay inside boardrooms. It escaped into culture. You've seen it, even if you didn't notice. In films, in TV, in the hands of characters who needed to signal one thing: power. It appears in Wall Street as the quiet badge of dominance. In Mad Men, it sits on mahogany desks, beside tumblers of whiskey, a symbol of old-world authority. In House of Cards, it becomes a tool of manipulation, strategy, control. The 149 became visual shorthand for success. You don't need dialogue, one close-up shot, and the audience already understands the character. Because Montblanc didn't just build a pen, they built an identity. The white star on the cap isn't a logo. It's a statement A declaration that says, "I've arrived, I matter, I'm here to write my chapter in history." Over time, the 149 turned into something larger than the sum of its parts, a cultural passport, a cinematic cue, a symbol of prestige recognized across continents, across languages, across generations. And whether it shows up in a movie or on a diplomat's desk, its message is always the same. This isn't just ink. This is intention. But every empire faces scrutiny, and the 149 is no exception. For decades, collectors have debated, has it become more marketing than masterpiece? More corporation than craft? These questions aren't weaknesses. They're the price of icon status. Because when an object becomes this powerful, it invites both worship and skepticism. And here's what the critics miss. The very fact we're having this conversation proves the 149's cultural weight. You don't critique what doesn't matter. Power invites scrutiny, but it also invites imitation. Walk through any major city and you'll find them. Counterfeits, clones, homages, thousands of pens trying to look like the 149. Why? Because when a design becomes iconic, the world tries to copy it. A fake Rolex proves the real one mattered. And the same is true here. The Meisterstück is the most counterfeited fountain pen on the planet. Cheap resins, wrong nibs, off-color stars. The copies are endless. But here's the twist. The imitators don't hurt the legend. They reinforce it because you only copy what you wish you could create. You only imitate what the world already considers valuable. Even its critics, the ones who call it too corporate or too commercial, still recognize one truth. The 149 is the benchmark, the pen every brand has tried to surpass, and the pen that refuses to be dethroned. And that brings us to the real question. In 2025, a world of digital signatures, luxury minimalism, and artisan revival, does the 149 still matter? Let's find out. So here we are, more than 70 years after the first Meisterstück 149 left Hamburg. Does it still matter? In a world of iPads, digital signatures, and AI-generated everything, you would think the answer is no. And yet, the opposite happened. Collectors grew. Fountain pen culture exploded. And the 149, instead of fading into nostalgia, became timeless. Why? Because the world changed, and people began craving things that felt human again. The 149 offers that. A hand-finished nib, a piston that moves like a heartbeat, a pen that demands you slow down, even for a second, and connect ink to thought. In 2025, the Meisterstück isn't just a writing instrument, it's a ritual, a reminder that not every signature should be made in a rush, a symbol of permanence in a world of temporary screens. Whether you're a CEO, an artist, or someone journaling at 2 a.m., the 149 still carries a kind of emotional weight that no device can replicate. It may not be the most technically advanced pen anymore, and it may not be the most artisanal either. But it remains the one pen the world instantly recognizes, because some objects don't just survive time, they anchor it. And that's how the 149 still holds its throne, not through marketing, but through memory. So, after 70 years, after treaties, mergers, contracts, and history itself, what is the Montblanc 149 really? It's not the biggest pen, it's not the rarest, it's not the most artistic, and it's definitely not the most affordable. But none of that matters, because the 149 was never designed to be a luxury item. It became one because of the people who used it. Presidents, diplomats, authors, anyone trying to carve their name into the world. This pen didn't follow power, power followed it. The Meisterstück 149 is the rare object that transcends price, trends, and even criticism. It's a symbol, but also a companion, a reminder that your words matter enough to give them weight. Montblanc gave the world ambition. Namiki gave the world reverence. Two philosophies, scale versus soul, both valid, both powerful. But the 149 achieved something unique. It became the universal language of consequence. It made every signature feel historic. And maybe that's the real magic. The 149 gives us the belief that every signature can change something, Whether it's a peace treaty, a billion-dollar deal, or the first page of your journal, the 149 makes you feel like your words belong to history. And that's why, in 2025, it still deserves the throne, because the Montblanc 149 didn't just write history, it gave history a signature. This was The Pen Insider, where every story begins with ink. If you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. And I will leave you with this thought: power isn't spoken, it's signed.